Who'd have thought that the Netflix film Hot Frosty isn't quite as bad as you expect it to be? I was definitely surprised by it, so let's talk about it. Hi, my name's Jim, welcome to another review video on Flying Wiener. Now I've decided I want to do one more Christmas themed review for this year after doing Red one last week. If you're interested in my review to that, I'll leave a link to it at the end of this one. Yes, I mean Netflix is I think very well known by now for just pumping out tons and tons of Christmassy films that are really crappy, a reminder of these sort of Hallmark films, really kitschy and silly and sappy and all these kind of things. I've watched two new ones this year. One of them was That Christmas, which a lot of people are talking about a lot and really saying what a great film is, etc. I was kind of mid on it, I'll be honest. I get what they were going for, part of it is a sort of nearly an anti-typical Christmas film, etc. And despite the really cool list of actors, it really just didn't do a lot for me. So that's why I decided against talking about it, because I don't know, it just left me going, meh. I don't know, just down to very personal taste, I feel. This, on the other hand, surprised me, which is something that I thought was worthwhile talking about. It seems very silly and stupid on the surface. I'm not going to lie, the plot is really silly, but it's got a certain charm to it that I feel you cannot ignore. So yeah, what is this about? So, Hot Frosty. It's a really stupid film. Just go with it. We are focused on our main character, played by Lacey Chabot. I hope that's how you say her name. Her name is Kathy, and she places her scarf on a really actually chiseled snowman. You know, he's got a six-pack and everything. There's this contest in town for, building a wonderful snowman. One of them is really chiseled, etc. as a sort of, just fun thing. She just puts her scarf on it, etc. Snowman comes to life, and that's basically what this is about. The snowman, his name is Jack. He's played by Dustin Milligan. And yes, he comes to life. That is basically the beginning of his life. He can't remember anything previously. He just knows that this lady put a scarf on him, and that's what it's about. It's a sort of like fish out of water story on the one hand, yes. On the other hand, it's almost a sort of childlike discovery of life and relationships and what people are like, and that's what I kind of liked about this film. It was fine because you've got this naive guy, slash almost kid, and he's like, yeah, I want to go around and help everyone, and gradually people in the city, they get to know him, and they're all taken in by him at first. Obviously, it's a bunch of women, because he looks in reality like he did as a snowman, with the six-pack, etc. I mean, the actor himself, there's scenes where I'm like, isn't that like borderline a bit too much? I was like, there's not an inch of fat anywhere. I mean, it's very impressive, the physique, but it's like, that seems borderline dangerous. That little amount of fat in the body. Anyway, but yeah, so obviously you've got, he establishes that he likes, being a handyman, DIY stuff, and there's this group of older ladies like, oh yes, I need something repaired, etc. That bit is kind of, very predictable. It's like, okay, yeah, fine. But why not? I mean, men don't get objectified quite as much as women do, so I suppose that's okay. But, we still gradually see that, people warm to him and all these kind of things. And at the same time, another reason which really changed my opinion on this film is that when he first appears, right, he's a snowman, he's completely naked apart from the scarf, of course, and he walks by a shop, he breaks into it, grabs some clothes and puts them on. And this This calls into action the sheriff of the town, played by Craig Robinson. And this is obviously a very small town, I think Hope Springs, I think it's called. And, no crime ever happens. And this sheriff is like, he's like, right, there was a crime. I need to solve this crime. And it's absolutely hilarious because I love just the complete sincerity that Craig Robinson plays the sheriff as, because it's like, it's so ridiculous and over the top, the whole thing. But it's such a nice contrast to the rest that I was saying. It's like, no, there was a crime and I need to find and punish the offender, and I really love that. Every scene he's in, you know, he's trying to figure the whole city, sorry, it's the town, whatever, doesn't care about that anymore, you know, but he's like, no, we have to find this guy. And he's accompanied by his deputy sheriff, played by Joe Trulio, who I know from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and the two go very well together. So without them, the film wouldn't be nearly as good for me, because I just enjoyed every scene that they were in, because like I say, there's this funny contrast where they just play deadpan serious, not the deputy sheriff, but the sheriff, you know. Whereas deputy's like, yeah, come on, you know, it's go easy on everyone, etc. But the sheriff is like, no, we have to find them. So I like that, and it's sort of this innocent film where, yes, you've got the snowman finding out about how people tick and, you know, how society works, etc., etc., with the typical sort of Christmassy, predictable storylines of, you know, make you care more about people and all that, which is fine. You know, a Christmas film, that's kind of what they're also about, which is fine. So that part is ticked off very well, because I feel like Dustin Milligan as Jack, you know, I think it's quite good. There's a certain innocence to him in that role, because the film was, you know, age 7 and up, by the way, because when I saw it, I was like, okay, what kind of a film is this? But, you know, while there are sort of hints and innuendos, etc., there's nothing beyond that, so you don't see anything even slightly steamy, if that was what I expected as well, you know, but if that's what you're thinking about, nothing of the sort. So his part of the story is very innocent, you know, reminding people of being good to each other and all this. And like I say, and I really enjoyed the sheriff going about town, really trying to lay down the law and be all serious while no one is actually taking him serious, which I thought was quite good. So it was not the best film out there. I might watch it again in some years if I remember it or so, but it's fine. If you're like, okay, I just need a sort of middle of the road Christmas film, which is kind of fun, watch it. And one thing that really put me off straight from the start was just the production quality itself. It really looks like a TV film, which I was like, oh God, you know, you can immediately see it. It's like, I really dislike that, I must say. Because it just cheapens it. You know, you can have the silliest film in the world, but make it look good. Why not? I mean, you've got the opportunity to make a film. Why would you settle for less? You know, really get in some cameras and lighting and all that kind of stuff, and really try and make the images pop, even if it's the silliest film in the world. Never mind. I mean, that's the only thing that is really a negative criticism from my side. You know, it's like, should have done a lot more visually to enhance the film. But apart from that, a fun ride. If you need something Christmassy and feel like, yeah, okay, fuck it, let's just go with Hot Frosty, I feel you won't be disappointed. It's like okay, I was pleasantly surprised in various things, which is always a nice thing to happen with Netflix films, especially when they seem like, you know, just something off of the conveyor belt, just produced en masse, yeah? That'll be all from me today. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe. It is the best way to support this channel. Leave a comment down below about Hot Frosty or other Christmas films you have seen, want to see, recommend, etc, etc. Well, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one on Flying Wiener. Take care, bye.